Dear all, welcome back. We are now starting with chapter number 2. Chapter number 2, again, it is small chapter, but weightage is little more when compared to chapter number 1. Yes. Chapter number 2, which is audit strategy, what to do, audit planning, how to do, and audit program, step-by-step procedure. Now, if you see, we have a chapter called as audit of different entity. How do you do audit of hotel, hospital, education? That's list of procedure. That's example of audit program. Now, as per ICA, weightage of this chapter is somewhere 8 to 12%. Very simple chapter, but understand the concept, like what is done in strategy, what is done in planning, because there is thin line of difference between strategy and plan. So if MCQ or concept oriented questions asked, now it is application level question, don't get confused. Okay. So in this chapter, it's basically SA 300. First, audit strategy, what to do. From that, how to do audit planning. These two are part of SA 300. SA 300 is planning and audit of financial statements. And not only that, it also covers audit program. Now, giving the summary. First, let me start by saying about preliminary engagement activities. Now, what is it? Preliminary engagement activity means when you accept an audit or before you start planning, first step, what do we need to accept this client? First, we need to think about acceptance and continuation of client relationship. Acceptance and continuation of client relationship. Okay. Now, once accepted, okay, second step, what we will do after we have accepted, whether we can comply with the ethical requirements. 5 ethical requirements are there: integrity, objectivity, confidentiality, professional behavior, professional competence, and due care. Once that is okay, what we will do next? Agreeing on the terms of engagement. Now, to link it, this is nothing but SA 210. Engagement letter. This is part of quality control SA 220. And ethical requirements all are covered in chapter 11. Now, this is the preliminary engagement activity. Once this is satisfied, second step, we will do planning activities. In the planning activities, there are 2 steps. First, what to do? Okay. In the Janam, enna pannanum, what to do? Okay, this what to do is called as the audit strategy. Now, from what to do, we plan, meaning how to do audit plan. Now, what's the difference between these two? In audit strategy, only we decide the nature, timing, and extent of resources. Nature of resources, whether we need a specific resource, timing of resources, when we need this resource, extent, how much resources we need. In planning, we decide on nature, timing, and extent of audit procedure. And as you know, audit procedure means risk assessment procedure, RAP, further audit procedure, FAP, and other procedures. So guys, if a question comes, in which stage of audit will you decide on amount of staff you need? Amount of staff is decided on strategy phase. When will you select those staff? Selection happens in planning. So in planning, you will select the team, organize and manage the team. Then you will direct and supervise the team, coordinate the team so that attention can be given to all important area and work can be finished off in a timely manner. Okay. Now, while performing the strategy, you have to see the characteristics of engagement, results of preliminary engagements activity, nature, timing, and extent of resources required. Then you need to see the team's effort needed, reporting objectives. Right. Now, one more very important sentence. Planning is not a discrete phase, rather it is a continuous and iterative process. Both strategy and plan are closely interrelated. Why? Change in one would result in change in other. So that's regarding planning and strategy. Now, regarding the program, audit program is nothing but it is the procedures which has to be performed. Now, this audit program is subject to periodic review. Articles should be encouraged to be open-minded, and program should be such that you should be able to obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. And guys, 2 points. While you plan, in planning, engagement team, key means main engagement team should be involved. And discussion of plan should be done with the management. Otherwise, their coordination will not be there. So that's the chapter summary of chapter number 2. Now, through this chapter, we will be gaining knowledge about planning, strategy, and program, including delegation and supervision. So they also say regarding the supervision and direction, it depends upon team's competence, risk identified, significance of area, nature, size of the entity, etc. And all these have to be documented for future reference. This is the summary of chapter number 2. And see the weightage, guys. Plus, one more thing, this chapter has huge link with chapter number 11. So, I hope chapter number 2 is clear. That's mainly covering essay 300. Do it well. All the very best.